The sea was silent. Far below the waves, in the deepest part of the world, nothing moved. No fish, no light. Only cold, dark water. But suddenly, something blinked. It was a tiny blue light. It flashed once, then again, and again. Thousands of meters above, in a small monitoring station on a remote island, an old computer came to life. Dust shook off its surface. A man named Dr. Malik, a retired Earth Navy scientist, stared at the screen. He hadn't seen this signal in 30 years. His hand trembled as he typed a code. The screen showed one line: TITAN-7 system check. Status: alive. Far below, near the bottom of the Mariana Trench, something massive began to move. It had not moved in decades. Covered in black armor, it rested like a sleeping giant. It was shaped like a warship, but no normal ship. It had no sails, no engines on the outside. It was built for war, and it was built to stay hidden. Its name, Titan-7. It was Earth's last weapon, super warship, half-machine, half-live. It was made during the final years of the Galactic War, before humanity lost and disappeared. After the fall of Earth, all records of Titan-7 were erased. Everyone thought it was destroyed. Even the aliens believed it was gone, but they were wrong. The signal came from a deep shock in the ocean caused by an alien scout ship dropping a seismic bomb to test for resources. That small impact woke something sleeping far below. The Titan's AI system, named Warden, blinked to life. Its voice, cold but strong, echoed through the empty halls of the ship. Energy detected. Threat level: unknown. Initiating low power. Startup. A quiet hum filled the ship. Lights turned on, one by one. Deep within, robotic arms began to move. The ship was waking up, but it needed someone to guide it. On a small underwater base, not far from the trench, a woman received a message. Her name was Commander Rhea. She was once a high-ranking officer in the Earth Navy. She had stayed hidden after the war. Living deep under the sea with a few survivors, her screen lit up. TITAN-7 signal locked. Pilot access required. Stared at the message for a long time. Her eyes were wide. Her breath was slow. "It's alive," she whispered. Her second-in-command, Cato, stepped beside her. "You can't be serious? That thing was a myth." "I served on it," Rhea replied. "It's not a myth. And now, it's calling." Back at the alien command center on the moon, a strange energy reading was detected from Earth's oceans. The alien officer, a tall, gray-skinned creature named Valkar, looked at the report and laughed. "Humans? Sending signals? They are extinct. Let the sea keep its ghosts." His laughter echoed through the halls of the moon base, but deep below, Titan-7 kept waking. Commander Rhea prepared to dive into the trench. She entered a small sub with Cato and 2 engineers. As they moved down into the deep, pressure increased. Lights flickered. The sea outside grew darker and darker. "Almost there," Cato said, checking instruments. Suddenly, the sub's radar showed something big, very big. They stopped. Out of the darkness, a massive shape appeared. Black metal, heavy armor, glowing lights. The Titan was not dead. It was waiting. The sub docked at the side of the warship. Rhea stepped out and entered the ship. The air was thin but breathable. Lights followed her steps as she moved through the long hallway. The voice of the AI filled the air. "Commander Rhea, identity confirmed. Do you wish to engage primary systems?" Closed her eyes. She remembered the war. The loss. The silence after defeat. Now Earth had one last chance. She opened her eyes. "Yes," she said. "Wake it up." The ship's core began to glow. Power flowed through its engines. Its weapon systems came online. The hull started to shake. Far above, sea creatures fled the area. Something was rising in the sky. The clouds turned gray. Thunder cracked. Rain fell. Somewhere, a child looked out the window and saw the sea bubbling. On a military satellite, a message flashed across the screen. TITAN-7 status, rising. In the last moments of this part, we return to Valkar, the alien officer, laughing in his command chair. Then a message appears on his screen. He reads it. His face changes. The laughter dies. The message says, Human Warship Titan, 7 power levels rising. Protocol 77 engaged. Eye above Earth. Inside the alien command ship on the moon. The room was full of laughter. The tall, gray-skinned aliens the exotic watched. The blue planet below on their large screens. Humans were a weak race, said Commander Valkar, standing in front of his officers. They ran like insects when we came. Now they hide in caves or under oceans. Another officer with glowing red eyes added their weapons were old, their courage even older. Earth belongs to us now. The others laughed louder, but far. Below them, in the darkest part of the sea, something was no longer sleeping. Inside the massive warship Titan 7, lights were bright now. Systems were warming up. The AI warden spoke to Commander Rhea. Main power online, weapons locked, armor systems strong, crew required. Rhea walked through the cold halls. The ship was huge, empty chairs, silent control panels. She touched. One screen and memories came back. The last war. The fall of cities. The screams. She whispered, We lost, but we didn't die. At the same time, in a secret bunker under Iceland, old Earth soldiers were listening. One of them, General Haru, now old and blind in one eye, leaned over the radio. A voice came through clear and sharp. This is Commander Rhea. Titan 7 is awake. Earth will rise again. Haru dropped his cup. The sea dragon lives, he said to himself. He stood up slowly, his bones hurting. Send word to all cells. The old fire burns again. Moon Valkar received a report. It showed strange energy coming from the Pacific Ocean. It matched old human war signatures. His smile faded a little. Is this real? He asked. The alien tech officer looked nervous. It's not a trick. The signal comes from the trench. It matches Earth's last warship Titan class. Valkar growled. Impossible. We destroyed all of them. But deep inside, he wasn't. Sure, Rhea sat in the command chair of the Titan. It adjusted to her body, recognizing her again. Screens lit up with targets. Old Earth satellites still working linked with Titan systems. Warden, show me the enemy. The main screen. Zoomed out, it showed Earth, then space above it. Red dots marked alien bases on the moon, Mars, and even Earth. So many, but one blinked blue. It was a human signal from a prison camp in Africa. They're still alive, Rhea said. They're waiting, Warden replied. Then we must make them hope again. Meanwhile, in the camp under alien control, humans were forced to work in mines. A young girl named Lena sat by a broken wall, listening to a hidden radio her father once gave her. Suddenly, the static cleared. A voice came through. To all free humans, Titan 7 has returned. Earth has not fallen. Rise when the sky burns. Tears filled her eyes. She looked up at the dark sky and smiled. Back in the ocean, the Titan began to rise slowly. Water moved. In massive waves above it, sea animals swam away, and a few small submarines near the trench were crushed by the pressure. Above, the satellites picked up the disturbance. One alien patrol ship flew close to check. Inside, the exotic pilot stared down. At the ocean, it's nothing, he said. Just ... movement. But the ocean below suddenly exploded. A huge piece of metal broke through the waves. The Titan 7 rose like a mountain. The patrol ship tried to run. Too late. A blue beam shot from the Titan and sliced the alien ship in half. Fire and smoke fell from the sky. On the moon, Valkar stared at the screen, his hands clenched. The laughter was gone. He saw the image of the Titan, dark, powerful, rising from the sea. One word appeared on the human screen: we are back. In the final scene of this part, Rhea speaks calmly into the microphone. To every human hiding in shadows, we were silent. Not broken. Now we rise. Now ... they run. And far away, in an alien war room on Mars, alarms started to scream. The silence of Earth was broken. The war had just begun. The sea boiled. The massive warship Titan VII had fully risen from the Mariana Trench. Its armor was black as night. Water slid off its sharp sides like blood off a blade. Its glowing blue lights lit the dark ocean's surface. Birds flew away. Vanished. The world could feel that something powerful had returned. Onboard, Commander Rhea stood on the main deck. Her heart was heavy, but her voice was calm. "Warden, status report." "The AI's deep," voice answered quickly. "All weapons online, shields at 70%. Flight systems warming up." Cato, her second in command, looked at her in shock. "Flight systems? You mean this thing flies?" Rhea gave a small smile. Titan VII was never just a sea ship. It was made to rise, the way to the stars. In orbit, the exotic control center buzzed with panic. Red warning lights flashed. Reports came in from Earth one after another. Patrol ship destroyed. Titan-class warship confirmed. Energy levels rising beyond expected limits. Commander Valkyr clenched his claws. How is this possible? How did a human warship survive? His eyes burned with anger. "Send the fleet. I want it gone now." Back on Earth, the Titan opened a hidden bay door on its side. Inside, hundreds of small combat drones stood silently. Their eyes glowed red. They looked like birds' butt made of steel and flame. Rhea nodded. "Warden, release scouts. Let's see who still rules the sky." The drones launched into the air. They flew fast, quiet, and high. From orbit, alien ships spotted movement. One officer shouted, "Unidentified aerial units approaching." Valkyr barked, "Destroy them." Alien turrets fired. Blue lasers lit up the sky. But the human drones were fast to fast. They spun through the beams, dodged every shot, and crashed straight into one of the alien ships. Boom. The blast shook the moon base. Valkyr's eyes widened.
Hi.
They're not fighting like before. They are better. In Titan's control room, Cato stared at the screens. All drones hit targets. "We destroyed 2 scout ships. That's impossible. We're outnumbered." Rhea didn't blink. "We don't need numbers. We need one thing, fear, I think. Humans are weak. Let's show them our fire." Warden's voice echoed. Fear is now spreading. In a hidden base under the Sahara Desert, a group of human survivors watched the sky. For years they had lived underground, hunted like animals. But now they saw blue fire in the clouds. Alien ships falling, human machines flying. One old woman whispered, "It's true. Titan has returned." The young leader of the base, Milo, turned on the old radio. A message played on repeat. "Titan VII has awakened. Resistance begins now. All humans prepare." Milo smiled. Finally. On the moon, Valkyr watched the latest feed. The Titan was now moving. It wasn't just floating. It was preparing to fly. "Impossible," he growled. One alien technician turned, voice shaking. "Sir, Titan VII is lifting off?" "No," Valkyr whispered. "Not again." The ocean around the Titan cracked and exploded. Massive engines beneath the ship glowed white-hot. Cato held on tight. "We're going to fly." The Titan rose slowly, then faster and faster. Water rushed down its sides like a waterfall. The sea screamed below it, and then it broke free. The Titan left the water. It soared into the sky, far away. Humans in cities and camps looked up. Children pointed. Soldiers cried. Survivors raised their fists. It was not a bird. It was not an alien. It was Titan VII, their warship, their hope in the final scene. Valkyr sends a full fleet toward Earth. Hundreds of alien ships break from orbit. Heading straight toward Titan, he snarls, "Burn them, crush their ship, make them crawl again." On Titan's screen, the ships appear one by one. Rhea leans forward. Her eyes glow with calm fire. "Warden, prepare counterstrike. Let's see how loud they laugh, when we're done." And as the alien fleet screams toward Earth, Titan opens its first main cannon, charging with light not seen in 30 years. Sky was no longer blue. Above Earth, alien ships covered the clouds. Hundreds of exotic war cruisers floated like giant black insects. They formed a wall of death, blocking the sun. But in the middle of the sky, Titan 7 rose like a god of war. Its black armor glowed. Blue lights ran across its body. Its engines burned with pure plasma. Below it, the ocean waves crashed in fear. Inside the control room, Commander Rhea stood tall. "How many?" she asked. Cato checked the radar. 112 enemy ships, all closing in fast. Rhea didn't blink. "Then we strike first." On the moon, alien leader Valkar watched the fleet move. His claws tapped the floor. Nervously, one of his officers said, "They are only one ship, sir. Their defeat is certain." Valkar shook his head. "That is not a ship. That is a memory. A nightmare from the last war. Should not exist." He leaned forward. "Tell the fleet to show no mercy." The first wave of alien ships approached. They fired lasers, plasma beams, and missiles. Titan-7 didn't move. Warden Rhea said calmly, "Activate Aegis Shield." A loud hum echoed. A bright blue dome surrounded Titan. Alien weapons hit. The shield, but nothing broke through. Cato shouted, "Shield's holding, no damage." "Good," Rhea replied. "Let's return the favor, Warden. Target lead ship. Fire main cannon." The ship's nose glowed. A deep sound like thunder filled the sky. Then came a blinding blue beam. It struck the lead alien ship, tore it in half. A second later, the pieces exploded in the sky. Fire and metal rained down into the ocean. On Earth, people looked up and saw it all in camps, in hiding, in ruins. Humans saw the sky burn, and for the first time in years, they smiled. A boy whispered, "They can bleed." An old soldier in the jungle muttered, "It's real. The Titan fights again." Across the world, resistance groups activated old weapons. Hidden radios buzzed with hope. The Titan leads. Rise now. This is our moment. Back in battle, the alien fleet split into 3 groups. They circled Titan, trying to trap it from all sides. Cato said, "They're surrounding us," Rhea answered. "Good. Let them come close." The enemy ships rushed in, firing everything they had. Rhea gave the command. Engage storm ring, spin, and fire. The Titan's outer shell rotated fast. Hidden weapons popped out, hundreds of them, missiles, drones, laser turrets. Storm of fire broke from Titan. Alien ships fell one by one. Explosions filled the sky. Screams echoed in alien radios. On the moon, Valkar watched in horror. "We are losing. Our ships are falling." He slammed his fist. "How is this possible? How is one ship doing this?" A weak officer replied. "It is not one ship. It is one idea. The humans believe again." Valkar's face turned cold. "Then we must kill that belief." Now, inside Titan, damaged lights blinked. A few enemy missiles had broken through the shield. One hit the left wing, sparks flew. Rhea shouted, "Cato, reroute power." "Warden, fix the flight balance." "Balance corrected." Shield back to 80%. Warden replied. Cato wiped sweat from his face. "We're holding, but we can't fight them forever." Rhea nodded. "We don't have to." She pointed to the radar. "Their command ship is here. If they could destroy it, the fleet might fall apart." "Warden, lock on target. Prepare." A full core shot. As the command ship moved forward, its cannons lit up. Inside, alien officers prepared for a final blow. Then they saw the flash. Titan's core lit up like a star. A beam thicker than any before exploded from its heart straight into the command. Ship, direct hit. The alien command ship shattered into fire and silence. The rest of the fleet broke formation. Many tried to run. The Exotic had never lost a battle on Earth, till now, on the moon. Valkar stared at the screen, static. His officers were silent. One said in a low voice, "Earth fights back." Valkar whispered, "This changes everything." Titan. hovered above the sea, smoke rising from its sides. Inside, Rhea stood tall. "Report. 10 enemy ships remain," Cato said. "Running. Let them run," Rhea said. "Let them tell the others. No. Let them tell the galaxy." She looked into the sky. The humans are not finished. Across Mars, Jupiter, and Hidden Worlds resistance groups woke up. The first strike was over. The war had begun. The smoke was still rising from the sea. Titan-7 floated silently in the sky, its black armor glowing under the fading sun. The battlefield was quiet now. Alien ships burned across the ocean. Pieces of metal sank into the deep. Inside the ship, Commander Rhea sat in the command chair. Her eyes were cold, but focused. "Warden, connect me to all frequencies. Earth must hear this." The ship's speakers buzzed. The signal went wide to every camp, every hidden base, every bunker, every old Earth satellite still working. Rhea spoke with calm fire in her voice. "To all free humans, this is Titan-7. The exotic fleet has been broken. We are no longer hiding. The time has come. Rise."
All over Earth.
People stopped what they were doing in the desert bunkers of Africa. Prisoners stood and stared at the sky. In the forests of South America, rebels turned on old weapons. In the dark ruins of New York, a group of children watched a drone pass overhead, dropping food in small radios. The radios played the same voice. "This is your home. Take it back." And one by one, people stood. They were tired, hungry, scared, but they were no longer silent. In a slave camp in Eastern Europe, the exotic guards barked orders at the humans. Suddenly, one human grabbed a guard's weapon and fired. More joined. By nightfall, the camp was burning, in orbit. The alien command on the moon was in chaos. Commander Valkyr looked at the reports with disbelief. Riots in the camps, weapons stolen, humans fighting back. His second officer replied, "They're organized now. Someone is leading them." Valkyr's eyes narrowed. "The ship," he clenched his fists. "It's not just a weapon. It's a symbol." They believe again. Inside Titan, Cato stood beside Rhea. "We're getting hundreds of signals," he said. "Rebel groups, civilians, ex-soldiers, everyone wants to join." Rhea nodded. "Then we give them a plan. Warden, create battle maps. Send targets to each resistance zone. Let them hit where it hurts." Warden's voice echoed. "Plans sent. Operations now in progress across 38 zones." In space, the Exotic began sending reinforcements from Mars. A second wave of ships approached Earth, but this time they were slower, more careful. They feared the Titan. They had seen what it could do. In the forests of Asia, a young fighter named Kai watched a hologram from Titan showing a nearby alien fuel station. 3 guards. 1 weak shield, the message said. "Take it. We'll watch from above." Kai led his group through the trees. They moved like shadows. Within an hour, the station was theirs. Human flag was raised. The drone above blinked once in approval. A voice came from it. "Good work. Phase 2 begins." Back in Titan's control room, Rhea smiled for the first time in years. "Humanity is waking up," she said. Cato added. "Not just waking, fighting." On the moon, Valkyr called a secret meeting with other alien leaders. We underestimated them," he growled. "They're like fire. Small when cold, but once lit, they spread fast." Another leader said, "Should we destroy the planet?" Valkyr shook his head. "Not yet. I want Titan-7. We need to understand how it survived." He paused, and then, "We crush it." As night fell on Earth, Titan hovered silently above the clouds. Its drones watched. Its sensors listened. Its AI counted every victory, every loss, Warden reported. "Rebel groups have taken 14 camps. Alien response is weakening." Rhea stood on the deck, wind blowing through her hair. "Let them come again," she whispered. "Let them see what happens when humans stop running." In the final scenes of this part, a human radio station begins broadcasting again, using Titan's network. Children draw pictures of the warship and pin them to walls. Alien spies report. Human spirits are too high to break. And deep inside Titan, Warden speaks softly. Commander, Earth is not silent anymore. Rhea responds, staring out at the stars. Good. The silence belonged to them. The fire belongs to us. The night sky over Earth was no longer quiet. Lights moved among the stars, alien warships, hundreds of them, descending from Mars and the Moon. The Exotic were not hiding anymore. They were bringing their full army. The second wave had begun. Inside the Titan 7, alarms flashed red. The radar showed dots filling the screen, too many to count. Commander Rhea stood in front of the giant screen, calm as fire. She asked. Cato, eyes wide, replied, 10 minutes, maybe less. They're faster now. Good, Rhea said. Warden, raise the ship. Let them meet us in the clouds. The Titan's engines roared louder. Its massive form rose through the thick clouds, higher than it had ever gone before. Wind screamed around the hull. Below, Earth watched. Above, death waited. The ship reached the upper atmosphere. There, the sky was already on fire. Alien fighters flew in fast, sharp like knives, fast like bullets. Their wings glowed red. Missiles streaked toward Titan-like falling stars. At 90%, Warden said. The first missile hit. The second. Then 10 more. The Titan shook but did not fall. Return fire, Rhea ordered. From its sides, the Titan unleashed its full might. Missiles launched. Lasers blasted. Drones swarmed into the sky like angry birds. The battle lit up the night. Over Earth, people watched in silence. Some stood on rooftops, others on mountain peaks. In every direction, the sky was burning. But the fire was not just alien this time. It was human too. At rebel bases across the planet, commanders received new coordinates from Titan, hit their signal jammers, strike their fuel depots, rescue the prisoners before sunrise. All over the globe, attacks began. In Paris, a hidden squad of fighters brought down an alien tower. In Brazil, rebels destroyed a factory making shock collars for human slaves. In Pakistan, young students turned school basements into command centers, and above them all, Titan kept fighting. Inside the ship, damage was rising. Cato shouted, "We've lost 2 outer turrets." Rhea didn't panic. Then used the inner cannons. Focus fire on their heavy cruisers. A giant alien ship moved in. Its cannon was the size of a building. Warden, full plasma beam. Core shot. The beam fired. The alien cruiser exploded. Like a dying star, back on the moon, Valkar watched in disbelief. These humans, he said through gritted teeth, are no longer prey. He pointed at the map. Send the hammer. The planet killer. Massive ship detached from Mars orbit. It was larger than any other shaped, like a long black spear. It was called the Silence. Bringer Titan sensors picked it up. Unknown enemy ship approaching. Energy levels extreme. Cato's face turned pale. That's not a regular ship, Rhea nodded. No. That's the weapon they saved for the end. She stared at the screen. Then let's make this their end. Meanwhile, on the ground, a rebel leader named Lena, the girl from the prison camp, now led her own squad. She held a stolen alien rifle and wore a scarf with Titan's symbol. She gave a speech before her. The team charged into battle. They made us slaves. Now they watch us rise. Titan fights above. We fight below. But the Skyburn let them know Earth will never bow again. They attacked the alien base and won. Back in the sky, the Silence Bringer locked its main weapon onto Titan Warden. Warned, enemy cannon charging, 70 seconds until fire. Rhea gave a quiet command. Prepare the Nova Drive. Cato gasped. That could kill us too, Rhea replied. And if we don't, they'll destroy Earth. She stared at the red glow on the screen, the enemy weapon about to fire. Warden, open the drive. Feed it all the power. The Titan began to glow. Lights turned white. Metal hummed. The ship prepared for one final shot. The alien cannon fired. First a beam the size of a city, but Titan had already moved. With sudden speed, It dodged and shot its own nova beama, blinding burning light made from the heart of the ship itself. The beams collided in the sky. A massive explosion followed. White, blue, red, then darkness. For a moment, the world held its breath, then the clouds parted. Titan still floated. The silence bringer was gone. The sky, once full of alien fire, was now empty. On Earth, people screamed with joy. They danced, they cried, they shouted into the night. Titan. Lives. And in the shadows of space, a new fear grew inside the aliens. Not of weapons, but of human will. Rhea looked at Cato, tired but smiling. That's one more down. Cato grinned, and billions more ready to follow. For the first time in days, the sky was quiet. The alien fleets were gone burned, broken or running. Titan 7 floated high above Earth's surface, its engines low, its lights dimmed to save power. Smoke rose from its sides. Parts of the hull were cracked. Its turrets sparked, but it was still standing, and so was Earth. Inside the warship, Commander Rhea sat in silence. Cato stood beside her, looking at the damage report. We lost 20 drones. 2 reactor cores are damaged. Weapons are running low. If they attack again, we won't last long. Rhea nodded slowly. Then we strike before they do. Far above, on the dark side of the moon, the Alien War Council met. Commander Valkar stood at the center. His eyes were sunken. His claws scratched the floor. We failed, one alien general said. No, Valkar growled. We haven't failed yet. Titan is damaged. The humans are tired. Waited. At the hologram of Earth, they have one ship, one symbol. If we destroy that, the fire dies, another officer whispered. Should we prepare the final protocol? Valkar's voice was cold. Yes, we will burn Earth to silence. Back aboard Titan, Rhea called a private meeting in the central war room. A hologram of the solar system appeared. Earth, Mars, the moon. Warden's voice spoke calmly. Enemy command bases located on the far side of the moon, deep inside their black tower, protected by shields and plasma cannons. Cato asked, You're thinking of attacking their home base? Rhea replied, not thinking, deciding. Everyone went silent. It's the only way to end this. We cut off the head. Across Earth, rebel forces were celebrating. Children played again. Food was shared. Songs were sung, but Rhea watched. Them from the ship's monitor. They smile now, she said. But if we don't finish this, they'll cry again. Back on the moon, Valkar's final ship, the Void Harvester, was charging its core. It could wipe out an entire planet in one blast. Valkar stood near the weapon, whispering, Let the humans scream. Let their hope turn to dust. The night before the final strike, Titan floated above a mountain range. Cato found Rhea standing on the open top deck, staring at the stars. Couldn't sleep? He asked. She didn't turn. Didn't try. He stood beside her. The stars twinkled above them. Below, clouds drifted across sleeping cities. We might not make it, Cato said softly. Rhea finally looked at him. Then we make it count. Early next morning, Titan powered up. Warden's voice echoed through the halls. All systems ready. Stealth mode engaged. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Titan turned invisible and shot toward the moon like a shadow missile. No sound, no light, only purpose. Inside the ship, Rhea looked around at her crew soldiers, engineers, survivors. Some were barely adults. Others had fought in the First War. She raised her voice. You were not born to hide. You were not built to bow. You are humans. And today, we finish this. Everyone cheered. They approached the moon silently. The alien. Base the Black Tower was massive, tall as a mountain, covered in spikes and shields, guarded by heavy turrets and fighters. Titan hovered behind a dead crater. Unseen, Cato whispered, One wrong move, and they'll see us. Rhea looked at the base, then we don't make a wrong move. Warden announced. Launching final operation. Moonfall protocol. Drones released. Cannons charged, but Titan didn't strike yet. Instead, it waited. And inside the Black Tower, Valkyr stood in front of the giant weapon. Target, Earth capital, ready to fire. An officer blinked. Sir, something is moving. Too late, Valkyr said. Let them watch their end. In the final moments of this part, Titan's stealth fades as it prepares its first strike. Valkyr's finger hovers over the final button. Warden says calmly, firing path locked. Awaiting your order, Commander. And Rhea, staring at the heart of the enemy, replies, End it. The moon was burning. Titan 7 hovered just above the surface, its dark shape glowing with power. Behind it, the stars watched in silence. In front of it, the massive alien base, the Black Tower, stood like a giant dagger stabbed into the lunar rock. Inside the tower, Commander Valkyr stared at the rising Titan on his screen. He had laughed before, laughed at humans, but at Earth, at weakness. But now, he wasn't laughing. They came here, he said slowly. They dare strike our home. A voice behind him spoke. Sir, their main cannon is charging. Valkyr gave a single command. Fire first. Inside Titan, alarms began to flash. Red. Warden's voice echoed calmly. Enemy weapon charging. We must fire before they do. Commander Rhea stood at the center of the command room, surrounded by her crew. How long until our shot is ready? 20 seconds, Kato said. Then we survive 20 seconds, she replied. The Black Tower lit up from its core. A giant laser began to grow bright red, screaming with heat. Its target, Earth, Titans. Drones flew forward, trying to stop it. Alien turrets destroyed them one by one. But just as the tower prepared to fire, Titan's Nova beam launched, a blue-white blast. Massive and pure, shot across the moon's surface and hit the tower's upper. Half the metal screamed. Fire exploded. The cannon broke apart mid-charge. The alien tower groaned like a dying monster inside the Black Tower. Chaos. Valkyr fell to one knee. Sparks flew. Screens died. His officers shouted, shields down, systems failing. He roared, standing up. Get me to the core. I will finish this myself. But then he saw the Titan outside his window, rising like a mountain of vengeance. For the first time in his life, Valkyr felt fear. Titan broke through the tower's outer wall, pierced the structure like a sword. Metal ripped. Gravity failed. Alarms screamed inside. Rhea and a strike team entered through the breach. They moved fast, guns ready. Eyes sharp, room by room, they cut through alien guards. No mercy, no fear, only fire at the heart of the base. Rhea and Valkyr finally faced each other. He was taller, stronger, a warrior bred to conquer. She was scarred, tired, a human who had lost everything. You were supposed to be extinct, Valkyr growled. And you were supposed to win, Rhea replied. He charged. She dodged. Shot once, then again. Valkyr fell to his knees, wounded. We had power, he spat. Rhea stepped closer, her voice low and final. And we had purpose. She raised her weapon. This is for Earth. Bang. Silence. Back inside Titan. Warden gave the final report. Enemy command destroyed. Black Tower falling. Alien forces in full retreat. Kato smiled. It's over, Rhea. Returned to the bridge, her armor scratched, but her eyes burning with life. She looked at the Earth in the distance. Blue, bright, beautiful. Send the message, she said, and so it went out, across every rebel base. Every old bunker, every ruined city, the same words echoed through radios, speakers. As Commander, Rhea of Titan 7. The enemy is defeated. Earth is free. Tears flowed. Voices cheered. Fists rose. Humanity had won. On Earth, people rebuilt. The skies were clean. The oceans were calm. Children played in streets once full of smoke. The Titan remained in the sky watching, guarding. A symbol not of war, but of survival. In schools, they taught the story. In art, they painted the ship and the stars. In song, sang of silence breaking. And in the final shot, somewhere far beyond the solar system, another alien race watched. Earth One asked, "Should we try to conquer it?" The other replied, "No. That planet has a ship. A warship. No, a Titan." And when it rose, even gods listened. When our warship rose from the seventh layer, their laughter turned to silence.